Hello. Hmm.
Hello students, today we are going to discuss about the first practical of mechanics, that is verification of law of polygon forces. So already in force system we have discussed about the law of polygon. It is one of the graphical method to finding out the resultant of force system. So in law of polygon, to verify that particular law in our laboratory, I am here in the laboratory, we are having this experimental setup where we can verify the law of polygon. So here you can observe there is one ring at the center and there are 5 strings attached to this particular ring. Okay? So if you observe this system, at every ring there is one pulley at the corner, that is the frictionless pulley. So whatever weight is suspended over this particular pulley, that will be directly transferred through this string. In that way, in the string, this weight attached to this spring is nothing but the tension in this particular string. So there are 5 weights attached to this particular 5 strings. Means that is nothing but the force present in that particular string. 4 weights are fixed here and 5th weight we can vary. So for 5th weight, here you can see there is one pan given. In this particular pan, we can change the weight starting from suppose 100 gram, 200 gram, 300 gram, 500 gram. Means how many number of observations you have to take. Accordingly, you can change the weight in the pan. Suppose if I add 100 gram weight here, what will happen? Whenever weight is added in this particular pan, it will slightly come down. Means there will be tension in this 5th string. Now how I will name this particular string starting from this point, you can say it as F1, F2, F3, F4, F5, or you can give the name starting from this particular point. This may be F1, this may be F2, this may be your F3, this may be your F4, and this is string number 5, that will be F5. Okay? So these are the 5 forces, and if you observe all these forces are concurrent at this ring, means if you extend the line of action, they will meet at this particular point. Means they will concurrent at this particular system. So now what I will do now, I will add a few weights in the pan, okay, so that will be force F5. So here you can see I am adding this weight in. First of all, you have to note down the empty weight of the pan. Here it is written on the back side. It is 119 gram. That is the weight of pan. 119 gram plus this one weight is of 100. 100 plus 100, 200. So 200 gram added weight plus 119 gram, that is the weight of the pan. So total F5 force is 200 gram plus 119 gram, and that will be 319 gram, that you have to convert into kg. Means 0.315 319 kg into 9.8 करोगे तो आपको मिलेगा न्यूटन. Similarly, for every string there is one weight attached. Here weight is written 948.5 gram. Here this will be 963 gram. Here it will be 959 gram. And here it will be 953 gram. Means these are all the weights in grams that you have to convert in kg, and after converting in kg, you have to convert it into Newton. Means whatever weights are there, that 5 weights are nothing but the 5 forces acting in this particular 5 string. And now, what is the case now? This is the concurrent force system. All the 5 forces are concurrent at this point. They are meeting at this point. So these are the 5 forces meeting at this point. Whenever you want to draw the free body diagram of this, so it will be suppose force F1, force F2, F3, F4 and F5. 5 forces are there. Now how to verify this law of polygon? Initially what you have to do? You have to keep, because we want to see what is the angle made by this string with horizontal. Okay? So we don't know that angle, that's why you have to keep one paper on this particular blackboard like this. Keep one blank paper on this particular blackboard and just mark the line of action of each force. Okay? So So this is the string, you have to keep this string like this, and then you have to mark this. This will be F1, okay? So this will be F1, this will be F1, this will be F2, then this will be F3, like that, this will be F4, and this will be F5. So these 5 line of actions I have marked on this particular sketch. Okay. Now what is the next job? The next job is our next job is you have to mark this all the 5 forces. Okay. So this was our F1. This is our F2. This one is F3. This one is F4, and this one is F5. Now our job is to mark the line of action of all the forces like this. You have to extend the line of action. All forces should meet at one point, that is nothing but the concurrent point. So these are the 5 forces, they are concurrent at this particular point. So these are the 5 forces. So we obtain the concurrent force system here. Okay, and after that you just mark the axes. This is the vertical axis, so it will be vertical, and 90 degree to this you have to mark x axis. So your x axis will be this one, okay, then this will be your y axis, okay, and then you mark this, measure this angle with the help of compass. This is theta 1, this one is theta 2, this one is theta 3, and this one is theta 4, and next force is this one is theta 5, which is 90 degree because it is vertical. So in this way you have to mark the 5 forces, and then you have to solve it graphically. Okay, so this is the experimental setup. So here we have added weight 200 gram plus 119 gram weight of pan. So this will be your force. This will be in kg, it will be 319 gram. Okay, 319 kg into 9.81, you will get force in Newton. Similarly, this force F1, that weight was 984 something. So I will put all these 5 weights here, and then you will get 5 forces passing through this particular system. Okay, so in practical you have to vary this particular weight. So for first set, this is set 1. For set 1 I have added 200 gram in the pan. Now for second set, what will happen? If I add additional weight, instead of 200, if I add 400 here, so this fifth force, because of higher weight, it will come down and all these angles will change. Okay, means your second observation set will be by improving some weight, by adding some weight, you have to take the weight, and that is nothing but your weight number 5. Okay, so in this way you have to repeat this for 5 times, for 5 observations. Means every time you have to change this F5, F1, F2, F3, F4 will be same all the time. Only F5, that weight in the pan will change, and that's why if weight in the pan changes, the system it will come, it will pull downward, and every time your angles theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4, they will change. Means you will get the different angles every time. Okay, if you change F5. Okay, now next part is I will explain on the board. You can see here. Go ahead. I have marked the same system on the board. Okay, F1, F2, F3, F4, F5. Okay, so now how to solve it graphically? We know that analytically how it is solved. We have resolving course. Okay, these are the 5 forces at concurrent point. This O origin. So we will resolve it F1 cos of theta 1 plus F2 cos of theta 2 minus F3 cos of theta 3 minus F4 cos of theta 4, and this F5 will not be in x direction, it will be considered in y direction. That's why you will get summation of Fx. And summation of F5 means what? Y component of all these forces. Now here I will explain the graphical, because verification of law of polygon is itself is a graphical method. How to solve it graphically? After drawing on this particular paper, you have to solve it on the graph. You have to measure all these angles theta 1, theta 2, theta 3, theta 4 with the help of compass on the paper, mark x and y axes, and then you measure this angle and then show the forces on the paper by measuring the angle actually. Okay, and then graphically you have to draw. So I have told you what is the graphical method. So this is force F1. So line of action of this force is in fourth quadrant. So you just draw F1 like this. So this is force F1. Length, by taking some suitable scale, length of the line will indicate the magnitude. Suppose it is 10 Newton, then take 1 centimeter is equal to 10 meter. So it will be 10 centimeter line. Okay, at an angle of theta 1. So this angle you have to measure it as a theta 1. So this is F1. By taking scale we have plotted this. Parallel to this line of action you have to draw this particular force. Now F2. F2 is in first quadrant. So at the end of first I will draw second. So this will be your F2. Now arrow is in forward direction. F2. Okay. So this is F2. Again by taking scale. Now this is F3. So this as a F3. Okay. So this angle will be theta 3 here. This angle will be theta 2 here. This is F3. Now this one is F4. Fourth quadrant. Okay. So this is F4 in the fourth quadrant. F4, and this angle will be theta 4, and then F5 is vertical. So this F5 is vertical. Then you have to draw this F5 as a vertical. This is F5. Okay, and then you know that line joining beginning of the first to the end of the last will show the resultant, and this taken in opposite order. So this will be resultant R. If your all calculations are correct, then this polygon should be closed. It should be closed. You should obtain closed polygon. If but due to some error, due to some mistakes in the drawing by measuring the angle, your resultant will not be closed or will get some gap, and that gap is nothing but the resultant of force system. So here in this particular force system, this is your resultant. Measure this line, multiply with the scale, you will get the resultant value. So in this way, you will obtain the resultant by graphical method, and measure this angle of this resultant with horizontal. That is nothing but the direction of resultant. So in this way, this is the observation for first set. Repeatedly you have to do this for 5 times. Okay, and the result which is more accurate means the resultant value should be less than 1. Means error should be less than 1. Gap should be less than 1. Such a reading will be considered as a accurate 1. So this calculation you have to repeat for 5 times. Okay, I think everybody might have understood. So whatever diagram here is drawn, it is drawn with the help of this paper by measuring all these angles, and then line of action of F1, then F2, F3, F4, F5. Graphically you have to draw. You will get some gap. Gap will be resultant. So this is the graphical method, finding out the resultant and direction. And analytical method, you know that how to calculate analytically resultant. So analytical कैसे निकालते हैं? Summation of fx by adding forces in x direction. Summation of fx is equal to f1 cos of theta 1 plus f2 cos of theta 2 minus f3 cos of theta 3 minus f4 cos of theta 4. Okay, that is fx. Similarly, fy minus f1 sin of theta 1 plus f2 sin of theta 2 plus f3 sin of theta 3 plus f4 sin of theta 4 plus f5 sin of 90. So you will get fx, you will get fy, you will get r is equal to under root of fx square plus fy square, and then tan theta direction will be fx equal to fy upon fx. So in this way you have to complete this first practical. Here I have shown the demo for first reading. You have to repeat it for 5 times. Okay, so that is nothing but the verification of law of Polygon of forces. So what is the statement of this law? If number of coplanar concurrent forces acting at and away from the point, then the resultant is represented by a closing side of a polygon taken in opposite order in magnitude and direction. That is nothing but the Polygon law. So here we have verified that particular Polygon law. I have shown this is the graphical solution. Analytical will be fx, fy, r and direction. In this way you have to complete this particular practical. Okay. So repeat it for 5 times. I will provide you 5 observations and try to complete this particular practical. Okay. So thank you very much. Have a nice time. Thank you. चालू होता ना.